Rick, what's up, homeboy? Yeah.
We just tweaking the internet to our liking. But y'all live, y'all can go ahead and go and tell the people who you are, where you from, what y'all doing here today. While I'm tweaking this, if they see us blink in and out, it's just because I switched to Wi-Fi.
Come on with the spam calls, yo. God damn.
Yo, it's Lakhem coming live to you from Miss VTV. Insight from the Gods. We want to talk a little bit about relationships. We want to build a little bit on the escape plan that some women seem to have when it comes to relationships. We want to talk about the perspective of men, at least the conscious men who, when they get a bag, they consider the family unit. The topic is a little bit controversial, but it may not be for those who got flexible minds and really want to speak some truth to life today and broaden their horizons on a few things and get above and beyond beneath. By the way, my name is Lakhem. Take the relationship and use it as a financial net to gather funds for themselves. And their idea of an independent woman has translated into whatever money come in, I'm taking this money and I'm using this money for me. So if something ever go wrong in the relationship, I got a bag that I can escape with. Whereas the conscious man who really cares and loves the family, when he work, when he go to get a bag, however he may get that bag, he usually use the bag to help the woman and the children and the household. Keep in mind, I say conscious men and men who are accountable and responsible. I'm not talking about men who fell short of the glory of being God in person. Now, what has happened is a lot of women, when you talk to them in relationships, they talk about independence and gaining it through financial means to get out of the relationship if something goes left. It's like they're already preparing a safety net by siphoning finances from the man and putting it in separate accounts. They got all these secret codes to where monetary gain is being put. Now, of course, I'm not saying all women do that. But I do know that in daily conversation about relationships, this is what happens. This is a topic that come up. And so it makes the real men question, are you with me for me? or are you with me for the money? So if you think I ever do something that you can't stomach, that you're going to take the money and run. Talk to me.
Yeah, no doubt. That was powerful indeed. Even when I think about the dynamic, it's almost like when it comes to finance became the major barrier. And it's like the black man been in a position or forced to even have to hold the family down for so long through so much slavery and everything.
Financial barriers have historically and continue to significantly
That
impede.
we went through. Okay, yeah, so it's like we bear the burden of the world. It's like we put the world on our backs, directly and indirectly. When the women had to hold the family down while we was out there taking a beating from the world. And it's like now we finally see some air a little bit and get a chance to create and formulate a family and formulate our own destiny now. And it's like we got so starved of independence that now we got a taste of freedom that we don't even know how to use it to unite and build. We use it for self-preservation and to one-up one another. And it's not just with our black men and women, it's with us, period, as a culture, as a people. And it's sad to see how it spill over to the black man and the black woman and the division. And finances become the major barrier because a man can love a woman that's broke and don't have a thing. But can a woman love a man that has nothing? That's the question.
Yes.
Speak on it, God. That's
Yes, they
powerful. I
But,
think
you know, when women do the vice versa, excuse me for butting in, I'm here, so I guess I'm allowed to. When women do the vice versa, she get drugged through the mud because for something in his head tell him, I'm a big deal because she like me and I ain't got shit. So he begin to cut up on her. He begin to think he's the hot commodity when she was just seeing somebody who needed a little molding, a little shove, and get him where he need to be. And then he started treating her dirty. So before you know it, he cheating, he in the streets, he doing this, that, and the third shit he never done before. Because this hot chick then got him in the place of he's a winner. So that's why a lot of dynamics of people, I need somebody that's on my level. I need somebody who look like me. I need somebody that match my fly. Because if you don't,
So
we
what
gonna have
about
a
the
mouse.
men that don't fit that scenario? What about the men that do fit the margin? They never get considered. We always get the statistics of the failing man or the man that didn't reach standard with the woman. What about the ones that do meet above standard, where the woman may not measure up to him?
mm-hmm. And they get the good guy.
Yeah, like they might have the good guy, you know, and they might help them a little bit along the way to
Along the
cultivate
way.
itself, right?
And I think they
But that
pretty
don't
much.
mean them kind of guys go astray all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is I think a lot of the women have a tendency at that point to go astray because they think that now I got this, and that. For some reason, women love to wear on their chest that I went to school, that I got a degree,
Right.
that I own a business. But the whole time you got Big Joe Blow right here, and he pushed you through all of it. You never mention Joe Blow to no fucking body. You don't take him to not a cookout, not a birthday party, nothing. If they see him, it'll be, oh, Joe just dropped me off. But Joe Blow put you through all of that because women have so long been neglected or misled or led astray on being a whore. So now that you're not a whore no more, you forget Joe Blow helped you get right here. A lot of times they don't give each other the credit. The thing is to find you are someone who is for you,
Right.
period.
No doubt.
Whether you broke or not, I like I said earlier, I'm going to get married. And it might be standing the janitor, but we're going to live happily ever fucking after, and everybody going to think we rich. Because we're going to live good. He's going to take care of me. I'm going to take care of him. It ain't what the person got, but when you marry somebody because of what they have, your shit is doomed. You're just a cake cutter. You're just cutting cake for fun. Y'all divorced next week. Fuck out of here. You like parties. Sorry.
you are right. I think let me take it from a spiritual perspective and speak on vibration.
Eat my donut and be quiet.
A lot of times what happens with people is they like what they see. And they get the person who can match their fly.
Yeah.
And they get the person who looks like the part. But they become a symbol with no substance. And so when you get to know them, when you pick all that shit apart, apart. It's nothing to them. They bring nothing to the table as a husband or as a wife. They are decorated in all the finer wares that money can buy. But when you have a conversation with them, when it's time to build, when it's time for you to do the creative thing and produce something, the function of that creative unit to keep the family together, they don't qualify. Mm-hmm. And this is where we're at, the repairing of it. If you can recall, if you know anything about history and the process of slavery, the children were always uprooted from their original parents and taken and dropped into another plantation where they may not have even been blood related. Mm-hmm. But the sense of fatherhood and motherhood was so engraved in us, we still raise that new child like it was ours.
Yes.
And so that energy used to be prevalent in black neighborhoods where the neighborhood treated the child like it was theirs just because they knew your mother. Mm-hmm. All of that changed because the people changed. The substance of the people changed. What they call the YNs or the millennials, right? Somewhere along the line, people started putting more focus on what a person could give you physically. They put more focus on certain things that had no real value. And so what happened was we kind of sold our soul for that. That took precedence over the man. And so you had, when I was coming up, I knew a bunch of men who didn't have a job at all. The woman had the good job, had all that because society didn't really want a black man in certain circles.
Right.
But that same man always had a creative side where he could bring that dollar in the house.
Bring a dollar in the house.
And when he couldn't, there was no beef about when he couldn't because he always was. So something happened where now when he couldn't, that became the measuring stick. Oh, that nigga can't do this, I don't want him. But damn, whatever happened to his potential?
But what was that? What is that thing that became the measuring stick for women to start saying that? Because that happened about 85, 90, and I don't know what happened.
The so-called independence movement of women made them believe that independence meant moving away from a relationship with a man and taking some kind of parachute or monetary bag and running off with it into the sunset.
And that could be possibly true. Because around Ronald Reagan era, that whole, I'm going to give you social service, I'm going to give you food stamps for your food. Your social service worker going to come to your house, check your house, make sure it's only you and your kids living there. They check in the closet. They
no
check
man
the
better not be
no
there.
No man, nothing can be in your house. So women started realizing that if I want this money, if I want to eat right and not wait for him to hustle, you going to have to go. Instead of saying, no, my man live here, y'all go ahead, keep that brown paper bag, they pick that can of peanut butter, we good.
Yep.
And that's what happened, and things start circling, and women don't realize it, but they start dwindling down, and they start settling for abusive men who just come through sometimes, give them sex, and beat on them. Mm-hmm. You got to deal with that. Why? Because that's all you can get, because can't nobody come live with you. Because your work could be by next week.
Yep. There you go. And so the system played a hell of a role in creating that dynamic.
Z's world over on YouTube said, "Knowledge, your mic is real low." So it was not Knowledge Mike, it's his sexy voice.
All right, I'm going to talk louder. How's that?
Z, do you hear him better now? Because we ain't going to go do this every week. Everybody mic working but Knowledge.
Podium and project, or like you were speaking a poem or something, just project it.
Over on Instagram, Naeem Smith said the government gave incentives for broken homes. He came back to saying, if you are married, even now, subsides and assistance is reduced. That's so true, nephew. Nephew, I don't get to see how you doing, though. Thanks, I like that you tuned in.
Yeah, and so in the process of them giving something,
Now, you come and start your own show.
something else was taken away. And that was the barter or the trade. Like, yeah, we're going to give you this. But no man better not be there.
Yeah.
And in the process of no man being there, if you had a son, he didn't know how to be raised with masculine energy because no man was there. And like you said, if a man was there, if he was the type to abuse a woman, the son was learning that behavior from what he saw in that man. And so that perpetuated a whole nother cycle, and this cycle has variables. And so a lot of times when you talk to the woman who you said had the education, a lot of them hide behind their degrees. And if you ever dealt with, and I'm sure we all have, women or men who have what is called a prolific education, a lot of them be so damn plastic. I'm not saying all of them. A lot of them.
The overwhelming majority.
The overwhelming majority would be the so-called status quo of successful women who have went to college, got their job of choice, and still can't.
And so lonely at home, she cried every night.
Lonely at home. And then you have those that suffer from, and I met them at my job. In particular, they have the idea that I'm a woman, you're a man, you're supposed to pay for everything. And in the process of me paying for everything, is it anything you should do? Do you have any obligation in anything at all? Right. Or am I to just pay for everything and you do what? Right. What is the variable in that compensates for my paying for everything? Right. And that has become the norm. Even when you go out, it's like, buy a woman a drink. You know what I'm saying?
You talk, so you gonna get me a drink, my girl's right here, you gonna get us a drink?
Right. Or if the woman buy you a drink and she happen to have a couple of dollars, she begins to weaponize her money and try to make you less than a man where you have to compromise your integrity because she got a little bit of more money than you, so she start trying to sun you a little bit.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story I did one day. So I met a friend of mine from high school in a club. He was like, you know, what's up, B? I said, hey. And I'm by myself. I always go out by myself. So I'm walking through. He was like, you know, let me get you a drink. I'm leaving. When I leave here tonight, I stand in a hotel right now. So, you know, you want to come through? I said, yo, it's like that? Is that bad? He was like, yeah, all I got is enough for the hotel room. I said, stay right here. I'll be right back. Walked over to the bar and I came back with 2 drinks. I said, you drink this one now? You drink this one in a little while. Nigga, you set for the night. You be easy. And I walked away. Some people need to be sunned because the fuck you think I'm a game. I'm going to be the person that's going to sun the slickest nigga in the room every time just because. I do it because I grew up with 4 sisters and my mother, and it was all single women in the home. And They went through massive amounts of horrible relationships.
Right.
You know, mother even murdered by her husband. Horrible relationships. So I feel like I am the one who gotta, poor righteous teachers, I gotta fix all that. I got.
What is it that makes you feel like
I don't know. I gotta.
It sounds like it's not even warranted.
It's not even warranted.
It's just because. I'm gonna shut you down just to show you. So
I'm gonna show you. So
why you wanna kill
So why you feel like you grade? Slide up on me, ask me to go to your hotel room. Only money you got is for your room. Don't you worry about it. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Now here go 2 drinks. Now you got 2 drinks and your hotel room. Nigga, you living the life tonight.
And that's the variables that I talked about, because anybody with a gram of intelligence can see that he was bullshitting, that he was running game. Even if he was broke, he still was trying to get over.
He got 2 drinks for the night if he was. Let me read this message over on Instagram, on YouTube. Excuse me. Mike Willies, and you did set me up for, ask me for an interview. You didn't reply to it. Mike Willies said, well, the big, beautiful bill was passed today by number 47. Therefore, he is going to make it harder for Medicare and any type of government assistance. So I guess they're going to get back out here in these streets.
Well, again.
Mega, you got Trump supporter right here. Here's the deal. All the freeloaders that been freeloading off of Section 8, welfare, that don't supposed to get it, people like us that work, can't even get no stamps, no assistance, but somebody ain't working 30 years getting 1,500, 2,000 free stamps. That shit got to go. So that's what's getting cut out for the people that's concerned. The people that's benefiting off of Medicaid and Medicare that shouldn't be really getting it is getting cut off. The people that really need it, they the ones that's going to get it. So stay tuned. Megan.
And my thing with when it comes to Trump, and if David was here, I normally don't go in with nobody but David because we are the only two that think alike when it comes to Trump. My thing is this shit has been going on. Handicapping you, unhandicapping you, wrist bounding you, putting you in a headlock has been going on from president to president to president. Trump just here to let you know this the shit they've been doing. They been could have gave y'all this.
Absolutely.
They been could have cut y'all that check. They been could have gave y'all that person off death row. They ain't want to. Now I'm gonna show you how I can take a rapper right off death row because I said so.
Absolutely. And
That's all he doing.
Why we can't catch on to that?
Yep.
We need to learn that.
He's not here to hurt or hinder us because we ain't got enough money for the nigga to come after us in no kind of way. The thing is, he just here to say, look what y'all doing and y'all shouldn't be doing it because they could have been had y'all doing something else. That's it.
My thing is, if the black man that had a chance to be in there ain't do nothing, we black people don't have nothing to say about no white person not doing nothing. That's facts.
Well, you know what they say.
Obama had 8 years to do something.
They say he ain't do nothing in his 8 years because he was fixing all the stuff from the years
Of course
before.
they gonna say that. What else can they hold on to but that? You know, all he did is pass them alphabet letters for them people.
That was it.
And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So
That
it's
was
like,
it.
come on, man. Like,
And
That's more because his
man,
wife
that's
said
great.
so.
Yeah.
Trump and that
So
motherfucker
Mike
having
Willies, I
shit.
hope we answered your question.
Yeah, man, you gotta
and-
recognize opportunity. You
Yeah.
can't get emotional and personal. They don't care about us. We gotta stop expecting them to. We gotta care about each other like they care about each other. We get racism and prejudice mixed up. We
That
call
part.
everything racism. It's not. It's called race pride. There's nothing wrong with loving your culture and your people and putting them before all other cultures. Every culture do it except us. And we don't get it because we're not like that. So we take offense when we see other cultures do it.
Facts.
When we learn how to do that, then we won't be so offended because we understand how
Because
it
we
goes.
understand how it go. I have a daughter-in-law who lives out in Dundalk, amongst other Spanish people. They have a pot that they put everybody, every
Yeah,
family
that's how you
put a
build
certain
community.
amount of money in from their pay
That's how you
to
build
to help the
community.
next family
person. That's right.
buy their house.
Absolutely.
Their whole fucking block
That's
is
right.
owned
It's simple.
by them.
We
They
too
will
busy
all
we too
live
busy
in
wanting
one
to
house
rile up each other.
until they get it. She called me the
right.
other day. I got my new house. I got you a room. Come over Sunday.
Right.
Ready, all ready, brand new baby. She said, learn Spanish because I'm going to teach him Spanish in my house. I said, and I pray that you do because he needs to be growing up amongst his people and I'll be over on Sunday. Like, I love that they do that. Black people ain't a motherfucking soul moving in their house. Not a soul. Mike Willies over on YouTube said, V, I apologize. I'm out here working these streets. I got you. I know you got me, Mike. Just text me back. That's all. The money is about to be more different. The money is about to move different. The money is definitely going to move different in a whole different light. And everybody need to wake up.
That means level up. That's all it means.
Yeah.
That's the matrix. Ain't nothing we can do about it. Sitting on the sideline crying and whining,
Complaining.
and bitching ain't gonna do shit but set you back. Long as you hating the Mr. Master, the white man, you gonna always be set back. You know what I mean?
But how do you hate the white man who's giving you the answers?
Absolutely.
Every other president told you
absolutely.
nothing until
No,
it happened.
absolutely.
This nigga let you know when
Let
I go
you
in there
know what it
tomorrow,
is.
I'm going to go and bomb them because they got this. I'm going to get y'all gas low, but I'm going to go ahead and drop a
never know
bomb.
what it is.
He
That's
going
what
to tell
he
you his
says.
shit up front.
That's
Before
right.
they storm the Capitol, look. We're going to go down the street. We're going to storm the Capitol. Y'all go ahead. I'll meet y'all down there. What the fuck they do? Storm the Capitol. And then nigga met him down there. Ain't no whole lot to that. He's going to tell you
real. He about as
what
real.
it is. You know, a lot of people don't
gotta learn
understand
how to
me
capitalize.
why I like Trump, but I like him because he's bold enough to
He's
say,
solid. He's solid, man. He's solid.
This what it
Like him or
is.
hate him, he's solid.
like him or not, he's solid and he gonna give you truth before he do it. Tomorrow when I get on there, I'm cutting y'all.
Everybody thought Elon was going to use him as a puppet. Yeah, he controlling Trump. What Trump do? As soon as that man you die, that deal dead. Ain't nothing happened. But people ain't expect that. As soon as he would have passed that mandate for them EV cars, they would have been, oh, see how he did it for us, man? Look at him. I told you he a dictator, but now he ain't doing it. It's crickets. It's
Now
like
it's crickets.
we gotta be real enough with ourselves that in the moment of truth or in the moment of different information, we gotta know how to alter our perception. We
Yeah.
want to stay rigid in our old stale perception, even if it ain't serving us.
We're not
'cause
getting
we don't
it.
want to be wrong.
Because if
like,
you look at it, we do each other like the worst harm. Like I told you how the Spanish people live in, and all the schools in Dundalk area are bilingual schools. So your black kids are learning Spanish right off the rip in kindergarten. My granddaughter's in first grade, but she can speak Spanish like
the ones that don't know
like
it
she
gonna be
live
a
in a Spanish
disadvantage.
household and don't. So she's gonna be bilingual and gonna get a good job when it's time for her to get a good job because she can speak it fluently. But then you got us here in the city on the other hand. I don't like black white people because this, that, and the third. Or can't nobody come stay with me in my house. Or ain't nobody fucking my man. Look, nobody want to fuck you. I don't know why you think your man want to fuck you. Sis, your sister needs somewhere to stay. Let her go in and live in your house. You too good for that?
Right.
I'm going to call Trump. I'm telling Trump on y'all. That's my new thing now.
Get ice, nigga, ice, nigga.
Z over on YouTube said it's a survival. 140CCE said RS 100 100 100. When I figure out what it means, I'll say it out loud. But right now, this is RS 100 100
Real
100.
shit, real
Oh,
shit.
okay, real shit.
Real
Okay,
shit,
real
you got
shit. 100. We keeping it a buck. Okay, I got it.
Real stuff, man. We got to get out of that victim mode. I ain't gonna hawk the mic 'cause I want the guard to build, because I know he got an interesting spill on us. So I'm gonna pass the dice.
Yeah. Shit. That I could take that and run with it, because that's what happens. It's like they conditioned us so much to play the victim and to not have any say so in anything. And you know me, I always start on a personal level first, because you got to change as a person before other people see that example and mimic what you do.
That's right.
A lot of people that I meet on a daily basis, man, they have a defeater's attitude. Their energy is I'm defeated. Their conversation is I'm defeated. They have a whole bunch of weaknesses that they want to blame other people for. Right? And because of that, it kind of like upsets me, because I'm like, without self-mastery, you can't move forward anyway. There's no way possible you can overstand what Trump is doing when you can't even get control of your own emotions.
That's right.
In your personal life, your emotions rule you. So how on a world stage can you expect to understand things that affect the world when you're emotional on a personal level? So it's like Trump freed more black people from prison than anybody.
That's right.
Than anybody. Then when he freed the black woman who was a lifer, her last name Johnson, can't remember her first name, he set her up as the person to interview all other women who are lifers and may need to be freed. Made her the pardon czar.
What is her name? What is her
I
first
think
name?
it's Maggie Johnson. It's Mallory or Maggie Johnson.
Something I think her nephew supposed to come in for an interview. Over on YouTube, Z's World said, right, people have to realize it takes a different mindset to survive versus thrive, morals, and principles. Mike Willie said, I'm loving how y'all dropping some facts. Hope everyone is listening. And I do hope everyone's listening, because we will be here doing this each and every Thursday at 6 p.m. These guys, Mike, I think this is probably your first time catching it because I didn't see you last week, are great. I got to give my hats off to them. They have really showed me a way how to get Miss V in check, because y'all know I used to be a hot handle. So snaps to that, because that was off the chain. But she's good now, so yeah.
Yeah, and for all y'all Obama lovers, Obama, man, he did so much.
Obama gave y'all that check, and then y'all just fell in love.
The man bombed Libya, man. The man bombed Africa. You a black man. For all y'all want to run. But yeah, you bombed Libya. Bombed Muammar Gaddafi. Yeah, raised the bounty on Assad Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Because she's still on escape in Cuba, and Cuba gave her political asylum. And this so-called black man, and this is what I mean by being a water moccasin. And I'm going to give y'all the jewel on that. A water moccasin got a black body but a white mouth. That means you'll run into people who look black, but they speak white ideas and white concepts out their mouth. And that's what Obama was to me. And anybody who embrace that kind of facade, it shows that in the street, you could be easily tricked if you fell for that one.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people fell for it, especially when
Yes,
his
a
wife
whole
said, "Y'all
lot
like
of
my
people fell
gown?
for
I
it.
got this from Target. Oh, now I gotta go to Target." But Target was one of the first stores that y'all stopped going to because it was so white. Now tell me who started y'all going to Target? Because it used to be called Target because it was so fucking expensive. Black
Hey.
lady got y'all going to Target.
All I know is that when motherfuckers was boycotting Target, at least when you go in Target, you seen black people working in the store. You won't boycott no Jewish or Asian store that won't even hire nobody black to work in there.
No corner
Think
store,
about
liquor
that.
store. Look at all them stores. Y'all want to talk about DEI? DEI wasn't enforced. We so busy adopting everybody else's pain.
Right.
We want to adopt the Asians' pain. We want to adopt Ukraine pain. We want to adopt these Hispanic pain. Why are we so accustomed to adapting to everybody else's pain? Get out of the victim bubble.
Right. Speak on.
Yeah.
Over on Instagram, 4100CCE said Obama related to the rest of the presidents except Trump and
The
one
only
other. Warren Heisen Art over on YouTube said.
That's Warren Henson.
Ren.
What's Lil
he
Ren?
said-
What's good, Ren?
He said, "Peace, La.
Peace,
Wood.
peace.
Drop
Yeah.
them jewels."
Peace to the young God.
Let me tell him, hey.
Yeah, so it's like, man, we just gotta wake up, man, and stop attaching our emotions to everything. And I know a lot of times we suffer from it because a lot of us men been raised by a single mother, so we grew up emotional. And sad but true that a lot of us had to go through prison to
He said,
toughen
"Peace,
up.
Lord."
Right.
And a lot of people that didn't go through prison, sometimes that's the reason why these murder rates is high, because they didn't get a chance to toughen up in time.
Right.
Before emotions overtook them and they reacted in a violent way.
People
strictly
don't.
off
And
of anger and
you,
emotion.
you know what's so sad? A lot of women will not agree to that.
What's that?
That because their children grew up in women households, their sons became different children in the street.
Of course, it's
In
gonna
my
fit
household,
everybody.
he gonna be what I want him to be. Everything gonna be done. But in the street, just like you on your phone yakking, bitch, because when I see you, I'm gonna get in your face, da 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 da. Your son in the street, nigga, when I see you, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. Now they shot. Boy, my child get shot. He don't do nothing. Yeah, he run his mouth like his mother.
Don't know that
That's
side.
what he
That's
did.
right, absolutely. They pick up a lot of them
And
women.
then all of a sudden they wonder, why my kid? Bitch,
Right.
your kid
He
too.
ain't did nothing. It wasn't him. Like, you know, we don't know.
Yeah.
Kid done nothing.
Messing
It's
with
like
my child out of
The
nowhere.
lack of knowing your child is what
Right.
leads to that.
And
a lot of times it's searching for
Samuel
attention.
speak. Hey Sam. Sam said, hey good brothers.
What's
He
up,
said
Sam?
that's emotional. I guess with the way the mothers act with no son, with the sons.
Because a lot of them raise little sons into being men that they wouldn't even date.
Right. Speak
Yeah.
on that.
So it's like, man, like just imagine your son, 15, 17, I say, hypothetically, a woman, single woman, she got a son, he's 17 or 18. How you gonna feel if you gave him allowance or he told you he was spending his check on helping his girl get her weed?
Right.
Like the first thing most mothers gonna feel like is, hell no, you ain't been taking that money that you need on XYZ, going to pay for
Right.
no girl hair.
We could be doing this
But
with that
you'll
money.
be the same one that think a man's supposed to do that for you.
Right.
So what's the difference? So
Right.
now you raise your man not to do these things for this woman.
Right.
So he grow up thinking he shouldn't give a woman shit.
Right.
So then when he meet a woman that think a man should, he at a conflict.
Right.
Because he was raised thinking he shouldn't.
And a lot of
raised
And
times-
he never saw a man
Yup.
do it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So he not
Yeah.
where he gonna get the knowledge?
Because a
to
man
do it
never
from?
came past and just
Yup.
They do
randomly
it.
got his money, got
But
her
she
hair
never
done,
seen it. Where
brought
I
her
get it from?
gifts,
Right.
said hello to her,
Right.
this,
And
that, and the
that's-
third. And if she did, when he left, she had the old Timberland boot nigga coming in here knocking the
Yeah,
bottom out of that
absolutely.
pussy.
I
So
ain't
he's
giving Nathan.
so he don't even understand where he stand at.
And that is generational also.
That's a generational curse. She's starting that.
Because here's the thing, right? And this is what separates generations. Like
Sam said exactly.
the era that we came up in, we had to deal with bullies. There was no organizations and no news conferences and no schools that had these programs
Come on.
to protect you from somebody that was bullying you. You had to toughen up and deal with the bully accordingly. Things that young men supposed to experience, supposed to go through, that was removed. A protective cuddling was placed on young men, and this cuddling made them extra soft. Another misconception in generational gaps is the era I come from, every hustler I knew, his woman was laid out. I don't know where these niggas get that from.
Right.
The era I come from, shit, if I had a chain on, my shorty had a big ass chain on also.
That part.
No doubt.
That part.
All her bills paid, all that, especially my shorty that's holding me down.
Yeah.
So all that, I don't know what generation of hustlers came about that wasn't making sure that shorty reflected them, because in our era, when our shorty came through, they was like, yeah, that's live girl. Yo, that's Wood shorty right there. You knew who was who because of how they represented their woman in their absence and how their woman represented their men. But something happened with that.
Sam said it's all been created by design.
Right.
No doubt. We went to prison.
No
That was
doubt.
the missing link.
Generational gap.
We went to missing,
A vacuum.
Y'all went to
So
prison.
we the missing
And
link
the
was
women
there,
had
so
to be there to
the
fill it
teachers
in
was gone. So no
the
doubt,
best
I
way they
definitely salute
could.
the women
Right.
for doing the best they could.
Because they did the best they
did a
could.
hell of a job.
But
They always
I
had.
tell people about that post all the time that I saw that say, ladies, get in line. They got a new batch of niggas ready to get out of jail this month. Like, you had to literally wait.
Yeah,
It was really
no doubt.
nobody.
It's like the return.
And
It's
people
almost
always
like a
say,
resurrection.
right, people always say,
Second coming.
how you
Yup.
marry somebody locked up? Well, how you writing a nigga in jail because all he got time to do is focus on me and write a fucking letter? It's entertaining to me.
And the era that it come from was an era where you had to be thorough inside and out. That shit wasn't an outfit you could put on.
doubt.
Now they embrace a motherfucker just because he getting money. Well, what's left if he lose the money?
Yeah.
This nigga ain't nothing but a hollow piece of fucking styrofoam.
Because he ain't putting nothing up for you.
Right. Exactly.
He ain't putting nothing up
You know
for
what I'm
you.
saying? And so, again, that generational gap, a vacuum was created once certain elements was removed. But this is what people don't know. Back to politics. This is how presidents like Trump indirectly help us in ways we don't know, because I'm going to be honest. Under this administration, more lifers came home than I ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And I don't believe there's nobody that can contest that. More lifers, more guys with 70,
Over
60,
700 years, over
50
700 of them.
Yeah.
has been released during this era than we have ever seen.
No doubt.
And so this is the time for implementation of change and getting things back in order.
right.
Because we don't want to go backwards to the point like, oh, we want it back like it was. No, we want it better than what it
Yeah,
was.
what it was.
Because a lot of times we want to repeat history just because that era was better than this, but we want to take that shit to the next level and build higher on it and give it more credence in a better perspective, you know what I'm saying, and principle and moral to live by.
Sam left a comment saying that
Sean,
the communication between there's no communication between generations now, and the ones they have is the chump with the money.
Right, and that can change. Right quick, Elo.
And
And that changes.
410CCE said this is entertainment.
And that
Hey,
changes.
Sean Dickey.
This is why Hollywood got a group called Uncommon Dialogue. So you can bring them little niggas, them little YNs to his group. This why I got a group called Heal. So you can bring them little YNs to the group and they can get this medicine that we got.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then y'all sit back and learn from what we dropping and y'all give it to the young YNs y'all around. They think that they missing it. Nobody willing to go to them and give it to them. Because they out there. You niggas treating it like church and walking past them and not giving them the jewels.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Shit, set something up. Create something that'll lure them to your group. My bad, Elon.
No, you good. Sean Bonner, you know I gotta give you a big salute, my 3-point shooter from the cut days.
What up, Sean?
Salute, soldier boy, yo, welcome home, man. Touch me, man, to see you go to your mother's house after 29 years.
No
man,
doubt.
To make that first, man, that brought tears to my eyes. They say grown
doubt,
men don't
man.
cry. That's a fucking lie. Because when I seen my man video him going to knock on his mother's door for the first time
Oh my
after
God, no, she
29
could've
years.
died.
Man, that touched me, man. I salute you, big bro, man. I gotta get up with you.
That's love right there.
Soldier boy,
No doubt. Salute, soldier.
That's love right there.
My man, Sean.
Sam said that's why I go. I guess he said he go out and he tell everybody everything. Warren Henson.
Henson.
It's pronounced Henson.
You know-
Warren Henson Art said, Soldier Boy.
He talking about the guy we just talking
Oh,
about.
okay, so
Yeah, all of
everybody's
us know
giving
what
them.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
salute,
yeah,
man. I'm
that's
so
right.
glad, man. The next thing we gotta do, we gotta create something, man. Ren, Soldier Boy, all us, for y'all that just got out, we need to give something before this summer get out, man. Where all us get together at
No
a park
doubt.
or something.
No
and
doubt.
just meet up one day, man. We bring some refreshments and just
Just
do it,
sit
man.
and
And we
talk.
turn that shit into something. We gotta monetize and commercialize, man, off
Yeah,
our opportunity.
no doubt.
We've been
I
through
wasn't
the
locked
pain.
up with y'all, but I'm
These
coming.
dudes out here getting money and ain't been through none of our pain. We need to get
Ain't
paid
been
for our
through none
pain.
of it.
So
Yeah.
let's get together, man. We're gonna
Yeah.
record everything. So get used to them cameras. I don't want to hear no, I ain't
Yeah,
got this.
we the
Get all that.
real
I'm
movie.
telling you,
We the
man.
real movie.
Sam said, bring y'all to the YNs. Bring y'all to bring the youngins to the Hug Don't Shoot Teen Summit. I told y'all about the Teen Summit. I think it's August the 9th. Hug Don't Shoot is giving it. The Teen Summit will be from 4 to 6.
Just keep us posted where it's
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
Timeless is
Sponsor.
ordaining it.
Okay, that's cool. That's what's up.
So
Where's when we held that?
I can't remember the name
Okay,
of the school,
okay.
but I can look on our page
Just keep us posted.
and tell
We'll
you.
be
But
there.
definitely, we going to do something and kind of donate some book bags and stuff to her. I'm going to get with Sabi. I know he do a lot of stuff for kids too. Get some donations so we can all be part of that with them.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yep. Put that work in. Y'all know what it is, man. This what y'all gonna get. We dedicated because this all we know how to do. This
Razzie
not an
Simmons
act.
said, "Peace, God."
Peace, God.
Peace, Lord. Knowledge.
Oh, here go Val. Val said, "Bring them to the Hug Don't Shoot Teen Summit."
We'll be there.
That's Val Jenkins. That's the one who giving it. Val, this is the show I was talking about. When you asked me about Sam, I said Sam and the new guys that's starting the show on Thursdays. These are the guys I was talking about to also bring. And we'll figure out what donations we need to come up with as a team from Straight Talk. But we definitely going to be there because we got a lot to say. People
it
think
take
I got
all
a
of
lot
us.
to say, but I only deal with people that got something to say, so they got a lot to say.
It take a lot of it. Take everybody. Everybody count. We need everybody. All.
All right, Razio, that's what's up.
Okay.
Peace,
okay.
Razio. Ren said that was Razio that said peace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then he came back and said, "It's Razio
Yeah.
on YouTube." Thanks for coming back, Razio. I had no idea that you was Razio Simmons.
Yeah, that's my man. Razio, man. Keep up the good work with the art and the tattoos.
So we're going to get together. We're going to
And
figure
congratulations
how
on the
to,
baby you just had since you home. Peace.
how to get together and what we're going to do about making that. It's actually like a give back for school supplies, cookout, some DJs there. But we taking, I think, the 4 to 6 slot for a teen summit. So we're going to give away, try to give some stuff to the giveaway part, and then we'll do our part that evening.
Right.
So we got to make sure we lined up for that.
Alright,
I think
that's
those kids from down at the Fathers for Fathers, they definitely should be there. Figure out a way how to get a van and get them there. I think they should get there.
That's
Okay,
what's
so
up.
back to our topic of how women has transformed themselves into the man in the household. Basically, is that basically?
No, that's not
what
it.
is.
But that trickles into that. Because if no man is in the household, then a woman has to take a dual role. And because she has had to take this dual role, she has over masculinized herself and lost damn near all her feminine power. And that is why the goddess has been in non-existence for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to really conversate sometime or build with a queen and teach her that it's power in being a queen because she been having to put her boots on and go out and do what the man had to do for so long.
And it's really
something
tough.
And then
it's
these
something
men
that
are so weak nowadays.
Right.
These men are so weak, man. It's ridiculous.
Yup.
Like, just the caliber. It's like they so like feminine, like their emotions, man, like is involved in everything. Like you have a regular conversation with them, it can be sports, anything, and their emotions just jump right into it and take over. And it's like, damn, you ain't got no self-control.
And I get people saying how it's good that men now speak their mind and talk about their emotions. I get that. B, if you have a conversation going on and you got something emotional you want to speak on it. Tell your woman what it is. But bitch, if you throwing a temper tantrum in the middle of me cooking just because I fix mashed potatoes and not rice, I'm not for this. Like I gotta be And do I like being single? Fuck no. But I'm willing to be single before I get a mistake that I'm in a situation with somebody that just ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, I think that also back to what I always focus on, self-mastery. Whenever you work on you, you become a magnet. And even the brain is like a broadcasting system. Everybody's sending out a different frequency. When you meet somebody on your frequency and they vibing on the vibration that you on, then y'all meet. Now, if you in your pain body and you keep showing up in your pain body, then you can only attract what you show up in. And this is why the self-work has to be done. Like, you cannot present the old you and think you're going to get a new situation. That's not how the universe works. That's how nothing works. You can't show up from the past you. You leave an old relationship. And the same energy you had in that relationship, you want to bring to the new one. And this is a whole different being. This is a whole different situation. But a lot of times we do that. We become stereotypical. We say, okay, this man is like every man. That ain't a fact. And it's a lot of good brothers coming home. Y'all might want to lace your little stilettos
let
up.
me say this real quick. Over on Facebook, Sam says survival mode. Ladies got stuck there in survival mode. YouTube, Z's World said, as it should be. I'm not sure to what comment she said it because she been said it. I want to say one thing that stands out there, like him said, about not bringing your broken self around people you'll be broken. I had a broken situation a week ago, and he was like almost like shooing me off the phone. So I was like, all right, bye. He was like, no, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying I'm hanging up. I'm saying, what's the problem? Just tell me what the problem is. I told him what the problem is. I'm going to fix it like this. Me and Knowledge going to go ahead and do this by tomorrow. And then hold up and make this call. I'm going to get you some more. Then he called another person. All right, I can be there Wednesday. I can be there Monday. And I got it. And I'm going to give it to you. And he did exactly that. So when he called today, but I was half asleep today. What's wrong with you today? I said, nothing, yo. I'm just tired. Like, what the fuck? But he stood on what he's saying. Don't bring the bad energy. Tell me the problem. I'll fix it. And then we moving right past it. Yeah. And that's how people need to be. Don't give me your woo. I'm not woo anybody.
Then the key to that is the listener. The listener got to set those boundaries. So when the complainer or whoever the nagger is, it's on the listener to set that straight. Because if not, because we got a moment to teach in each situation. Right. And I always like to use the driving scenario because it's so important. Just like you driving in your car and you in traffic, and a person trying to get into the lane and can't, nobody won't let them over. And you can see this. Now, you to be the one that let that person over. This is a teaching moment for you. Right. You can either make them feel like it's still good people in the world, or you can make them feel like everybody an asshole. So it's your choice of how you can paint this narrative. So we just taught that person something. That same way you're on the highway once again, and it's nighttime, and you're on the highway, and you're going in one direction, and then you see all of a sudden these red brake lights come on. Right. You automatically know that the police is up ahead. Right. So then the same way when the traffic coming towards you, and somebody flash the high beams, you learn that mean the police up ahead. So then you pick up that behavior. Yeah. You end up doing it now. It's the same way we teach, one step at a time. You'll never forget that. So anytime you see the police now, you're going to hit that high beam just for them coming to let them know. It's natural. Right. And that's the way we got to learn.
And that's something that you learn to give that is an energy that you automatically learn. So like I automatically learned that if I'm talking to him, be on your best bullshit. You got something wrong, tell him, get it over with so y'all can keep on talking. Yeah, because he already listened.
The contaminated energy.
What's your problem?
We don't need that part.
But I was actually half asleep.
We want to know why the water's dirty. We just want to know where the clean water is.
Right. I was actually like loud and sleepy. And he's like, look, I'm down here trying to handle what is your problem? Right. I was like, I don't have no problem. All right, then, so everything is worked out. Everything is good. Let me handle this. And I'll give you a call back. I was like, damn, y'all hope it all work out. I hung up, went on back to sleep, fuck it. But I appreciate because I met him by way of another punk motherfucker. So it's like...
Not another as if you're equating him. What do you mean by that?
I met him through another ugly fucking I met him through another guy.
Another
But
interesting character.
another interesting character.
go.
But we became like, that's my lie right there. I don't know if I'm saying knowledge, dear God,
Whatever.
Jesus, whatever. But I know the motherfucking cake man gonna pick up when I call. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes a creature of habit for me because I'm not a person who depends on nobody's advice, nobody's energy, nobody's nothing. For me, I get in this bitch and do a show every day of the week by myself, cut up, talk about people, do whatever. Meet me at the park. Like, it's going down. I'm going to say what I want in the place what I pay for. That's always been my, but since I have met y'all, like even with the other day with money, and I was just like, I'm tired. My body just feel worn out. All right, well, now we can go Friday. My mother got a jacuzzi, yo. I'm telling you, my back and knees was hurting. I got in that jacuzzi for 3 hours. That was good. So, yo, you ain't brought me all the way to Philly just to get in the jacuzzi so my body will feel better. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So some people are here to give you that umph. But then you got bitches that be like, no, because I can go down to the hotel. Well, bitch, you go ahead on. I'm going to enjoy this free ride, this free jacuzzi. We're going to laugh, make a couple jokes, and keep it moving.
Yeah, the moral of the story is, if you say it, do it. And we're a different breed.
Sam says solution-based.
Yeah, we're a different breed where we don't want to just sit back and hear all your problems and that's it. Like, what the fuck, are you a sounding board? You just want to
drop it
sit
on
back.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like now, and this
Do I drop it on
this
you?
the
You
only
talking about me?
this the only way that we know how to show up is what we're saying
Okay,
is
I get it.
when
I
a
get it. I'm just
person
joking.
drops something on you, right? Don't just listen and be like, okay, go on your merry way. Appreciate the.
Let me give
No,
you this.
it's more
to that
so
and
like, yo, if the problem can be fixed, if it can be helped, we are wired to create solutions. And I think, and it's something that, and I'm gonna end on this note and let you do that call, but it's something that the God always say all the time. Would he always say that I don't know who they're used to dealing with. Because obviously they're not used to dealing with a group of men that are honorable and who come up with.
Because when them go hard niggas went to jail,
Introduce
they was left with
you
all
to
the
men
mama boys
who keep their fucking word, and no decision is ever an emotional, impulsive one.
I'm just
this shit
telling
is
you what
calculated.
happened.
Like, hold up, let me see if I can really put them with somebody that can really help this situation.
And you did just
so
that.
we don't need the extra shit. We trying to line some
like
shit
he wasn't
up.
even trying to hear my whole situation. Let me just do this. Get off the phone with me. I'm gonna call you right back. Call me right back. You got this. They bringing you that. Boom. The meeting came. I got that on the table before we even did the fucking conversation. He held his word and everything. We never even talked about the shit again. Over on YouTube, Z's World said millennials are the new fathers, and that's it. The YNs, it's so many missing pieces. Is turning FR. Okay, she gotta bring me up.
For real?
It's turning for real. Okay. Alonzo Turner Bay said, "Islam, my two brothers,
Islam, more.
keep
Islam,
up
Islam.
the great work."
Oh, Alonzo Turner Bay, what's up, good brother?
And I gave y'all Sam comment over on Facebook said, everything is solution based.
Absolutely, facts.
Yeah, back to what I was saying, it's on us. The work to be done is on us.
Yup.
And it seems like it's taking all the dudes from the joint that been down to come out and change shit.
And
Yeah.
actually,
Facts.
that might be what
Facts.
it
Because
is.
we were responsible because we was absent.
Yup.
They needed that lift
Yup.
in that direction. We was gone. We
Yup.
was
So the
removed.
women end up taking the lift and doing it
It's not
themselves.
even the
Before
women.
you know it,
Not
they
even the
acted
women
out.
Itself. Y'all did y'all part, but the kids had to raise themselves in the street.
Yeah.
The environment became the father. So whatever kind of environment that was, you became a product of it. That's why you got certain. Okay, that's why you got certain neighborhoods that have a better hustle mindset than others.
Right.
Some of them really business oriented. They whole crew own some kind of business.
Right.
You know, because they taught that. It could took one father that taught his
That's-
son,
and then everybody
his
trickled
homeboys
down.
learn from him.
Yup.
So it depends on which environment.
You
produces
got
what
some
you became.
environments where some kids like, yo, I can speak to y'all, but I gotta keep bopping. Cause my mother gonna come up here, she gonna get all us locked up, so y'all don't want me up this motherfucker. Cause that's how I was with my kids. I ain't know no other way how to fix it, But whatever he owe, let me go and run you that. Meet me at my house tomorrow. I'm gonna pay you, and you don't you do this shit again.
Right.
I taught my children that way versus any other way. Cause you get into that shit, there's a never ending. You'll be flipping and flipping before you know it. You owe him everything you got.
Right.
So I'm gonna take my savings and I'm gonna pay it off, and you better not never touch another bag of nothing again in your fucking life.
Right.
I'm just gonna solve the problem. So anybody who's looking for a strong, black, thick wife, I'm available. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Warren Hyson Art. Henson. Art Warren, spell your name differently. Warren said
Filipino for one, so his syllables hit different.
that's why it does.
Yes,
It
yes.
does. Some out here in PG and DC, all of us came home and changing lives out here. And I believe that is really happening, Warren.
man, I'm proud
That's
of
what
all
it's
of
taking.
us, man.
That's what it's
Everybody doing
taking.
their part.
That's
Yeah.
what it's
Making
taking.
knowledge born. That's what
For
it's
real.
about,
We
man.
see you though, Ren. We got our eye on y'all. We
Yeah.
know what DC doing.
Holla at Dipper for me.
Definitely.
Family, man.
Y'all.
It's like
Holla at
family.
Mango, everybody. Let
Everybody,
them guys
it's
know we send
family,
our
man.
love, man.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And they can always jump on here Thursdays at 6 p.m. and holler back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yup.
Yeah, but I think the dynamics has changed, and it's going to take, like you said, the men coming home to switch it up. A lot of women want to be, cause I can do this and I can do that. Sis, you can, but you shouldn't.
Right.
Right.
You can, but you don't have to.
Right.
That's just all it's
Right.
saying. Can I? Yeah, I can do a million fucking things, but should I have to?
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
No.
No doubt.
My sister out here be able to be dainty and cutesy as the fuck she want, cause she know and bitch and nigga look her way. She gonna call my phone and I'm coming. And I'm at whoever throat it is. I don't wanna be the motherfucking Gotti of the family anymore. I'm the youngest. Stop calling me. Bitch, stop looking people away. Close your eyes when they look back at you. Something. I don't fucking know. But no, it's time to be married for me. No.
Yeah, it's time to walk in womanhood and in queendom.
Yes, you see,
and stop all
you
that
see, a
bullshit.
lot of them made me take my fronts off and shit.
It's time to embrace the power of who you are.
I'm trying.
Stop.
I'm trying.
I'm not talking to you as an individual. I'm speaking to all women right now.
I know. I'm just talking about me. I'm just talking about what you did to me and my front.
Yeah,
I know my front's been looking like, damn, I ain't been picked up today yet.
And we gotta, give back in a way where them young girls that look up to you, you have to give them that energy. Like, all right,
Man, what was so
this is
important?
something that I gotta give y'all. This how you walk
Try to
in
get
the
on the
power
show?
of your
Tell him,
feminine
send me
power.
his email. Write down his email address.
Straight up.
I could have just put him on this screen.
Yeah.
All right,
I
well, we
can
ain't
add
got
him to this.
a couple minutes, right? What, 3
Yeah.
minutes?
So what, you go add him to your screen?
No, I just fucking with the
Yeah, if he send me give me his email address, I can go ahead and add him.
Just get them to say it and we can just tell them, I guess.
I don't know. It's where it go off anyway. I know it said it was a request. I was trying to accept it. No. I'm just.
Ask him his email. He's still on there.
Soldier boy, what's your email? Shit, he probably ain't got none. He just got out.
He got an email. That worker got an email.
Yeah, he got it.
Put your email in the comments.
Yeah, so, yeah, but I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You're going to get all kinds of topics from us. You're going to get all kinds of, any kind of suggestions or ideas you want
I
us
have
to
to
build
say today
on.
was a great one.
Shout out to my man, Be More Than Usual, man. We looking forward to having you on the group, on the podcast and coming to the group. I know you're originally from Be More. You up in PA right now, but your production was Grammy nominated. We going to have you on the show, man, definitely. Yup, Be More Than Usual. Peace, Mo. We looking forward to having you soon.
Let y'all know this, the new show had to have their show dedicated around the days of the group before they was agreed to sign their contract yesterday. So their show is on Monday because they don't want to miss a Tuesday group or I said Wednesday, every other Wednesday. I know, but we would have to have our show every Wednesday. So we might miss Wednesday group. I said, you know what? You the genius. I'm not. Take Monday. Nobody has group on Monday.
It's every other one.
So people who cannot or have not been to the groups Can y'all please give the information to the groups? Because the groups are powerful. Sam needed your group so bad the other day that it stormed. He needed it. He really needed that group that day.
Outside in the grass. Well, mine's is Uncommon Dialogue. It's 5006 Harford Road. We got a new location right now, temporary, but 6 to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays, 5006 Harford Road. We're gonna definitely have some important and needed bills. And I invite all my men to come out, even if a woman, y'all want to come out, y'all welcome to come. Like, we trying to open it up, nobody excluded, because this conversation need to be had, and there's a big disconnect with our people.
No doubt.
We need to really try to bridge this gap fast, because we're behind as a people, as a culture, all the way around the board. We in last place in everything except turning on each other. That's the only thing we got locked down is hating each other. We got to fix that dynamic immediately.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know you can get healed just by coming and touching the hem of the God's garments, man. You know what I'm saying? The program is called Heal.
Please don't touch the white
You know
shorts.
what I mean? Heal is an acronym for healing, elevating, analyzing, and learning. You can get it every other Wednesday, 5400 Preakness Way. You're going to get fed some good eats. You're going to drink some good food, and we definitely going to feed the mind, body, and the spirit. Now we got a new addition we adding. Every 45 days, Heal and Uncommon Dialogue is coming together for one convening together. At least every 45 days. So that means
I get an award on the first 45th day.
probably so.
More than likely.
I'm hoping so.
Probably so.
I bring
We'll see.
cameras and everything. I'm just
We'll
pumped
see.
up.
We'll
All right,
see.
y'all. So this has been Insight from the Gos with your boy
Lakhem Beck in the building, aka Godface.
and
Knowledge, Hollywood, Dion, all that.
all that. Y'all call them all that. I be lost.
2-5, one love. LT, stand up. Murphy Holmes, one love. Shout out to my man Clark. I see you out there, fam.
Y'all want to see Clark here at Thomas JMA Studios doing his show Monday at 5:30. Please lock in because he is really excited about it. Say he got topics and topics and topics. Sam said awesome show. Warren Art is all I'm going to say. Said, Sister Tracy said, there is no ministry without finance, so everyone donate
That's Ren
to
White.
their cause.
That's right, Sister Tracy.
Say that one more
We
time.
appreciate you for
Sister
that.
Tracy said there is no ministry without finances, so everyone donate to their cause.
Indeed.
I gotta
Facts.
start fixing up some stuff and but then if I start bringing stuff to the group, nobody ain't gonna want it.
Shout out to my cousin Payne in Brooklyn, New
Yeah,
York.
figure out something.
Red Hope Projects in Fort Greene, peace. Shout out to the Bronx 163rd.
2-5.
2-5 in the building. 2 + 5 is 7. 7 is God all wise and supreme. Y'all know what it is.
I just had to say it because they didn't say it.
I said it. You just didn't catch it.
All right, y'all. This has been Insight from the Gods and your girl, Miss V in the background. I'm going to be on the camera next week. Watch me. All right? Peace.
Peace.
Once I find out where the arrow is, I'm going to stop and stop. Stop and stop. Don't nobody.